Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, September 18th, 2018, and the U.S. stock market is closed. I've been complaining that the markets are kind of quiet and boring lately. It was not quiet and boring today. We had a rather harrowing day. Let's start here with the Dow. You can see here we had a big run up in the Dow. It made 184 points today. It got up over 26,300 today. And keep in mind that 26,600 is the all-time high that it made back in January. So we got within less than 300 points of breaking the all-time high in the Dow today. It'll be up there. Could be just a couple days. We'll have to see. So clearly the Dow had a great run today. We did not have a great run. Something happened to us today. We got hit in a day of entry stop. Now, I'll just briefly explain that. Every position we take on any given day has a stop in. It's called a day of entry stop. These stops are very, very deep. They're put in there as disaster insurance. And typically we can go a whole year and maybe have only 1, 2, or 3 of those day of entry stops hit. So it's an unusual occurrence when our day of entry stop is hit. Unfortunately, today, one of our stocks got hit at that day of entry stop. Cost us about $12,000. And for that reason, we are closing out today just over $13,000 in losses. That is a big loss. And I was really despondent earlier on in the day because we're not having a good month. And we didn't have a very good month last month either. This has been really tough going. And, we didn't need to get hit with this big loss today. My spirits have improved. We did get into 12 new positions today, 7 positive, 5 negative, and we're holding over $11,000 in positive open trade equity. So, we lost 13,000, but at least on paper we made over 11,000. That becomes a sustainable loss. But of course, that open trade is just that. It's open trade. We're not out of those yet, so we haven't nailed those down. And that big negative number in losses, that is nailed down. Those losses aren't going to come back. Anyway, I'll show you some of the stocks. Now, I goofed here. I didn't do this right. Hang on here. This is the day of entry stop that we endured. This is VKTX, Viking Therapeutics. I've often said we buy the gaps. This was a gap I wish we hadn't bought. You can see this thing is going along, and then this morning it jumps up in a gap that literally doubles its price. Don't know what happened there. I don't know what kind of news came out. But Viking Therapeutics doubles its price on the open. And actually our entry here isn't too bad. We got a little pullback there and we got in. But with the stock up that high, you're going to have profit takers and you're going to have short sellers no matter what. And they pushed the stock back just far enough to tag our stop. Looks like we got tagged on the low tick of the day. And that chart may not look like a big drop there, but in reality, we're in with 4,000 shares of this thing, and it drops $3 to that low point there. We are stopped out, and that means we take a $12,000 loss on that stock, and that's why we're down 13,000 for the day. Just really painful. That's about all I can say. I will show you a couple good trades we had. As I say, we're holding over $11,000 in positive open trade. This first one is INSI or Insys Therapeutics Incorporated. And we got this first hour. It just kept going, stayed up there very nicely, and we're holding $3,700 in open trade equity positive in Insys Therapeutics. And finally, the big one today was, all right, now I gotta switch this back. Apologize for this. Here we go. Okay, this is UGAS, UGAS. It's this is natural gas bull. So this thing's gonna go up like crazy when natural gas prices rally. And we had bought this yesterday. It had gone against us. It closed the negative yesterday. And then this morning it just screams. And so we hold it, of course, and we're holding it right now. But we're up $6,000 in UGAS. So that's looking real good. The only problem with these natural gas stocks is they tend to gap in the morning. So we want an up gap tomorrow. We don't want a down gap of this. We need every penny of that $6,000 to offset those horrible losses. Anyway, this is Trader Bob. I'm bloodied but unbowed. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.